Hi there. This week we get to talk about the internet, and that is a fascinating topic because everybody uses it. Everywhere I go, people are on their phones looking at the internet. They don't talk to people anymore, they're on the internet. So the internet is pretty important, and in IT 110, Digital Age, understanding the internet is a key component to our course. So let's talk about where we are. So last week we had a really great discussion about prosthetic devices. There was talk about how it has to integrate with the mind. I want to compliment a few of the people who really added to the discussion. Hex added additional video, not videos, but pictures where he showed from where it was leather and wood to where it is today. Other people talked about how it's integrating with the brain to make you think, being able to actually take the nerve impulses from the brain and trigger an action on a prosthetic device. It's really interesting. I was at an airport one time in Colorado waiting for a plane, and it was an incredibly amazing experience. It turned out I saw all these kids just coming into the airport or coming to the gate, and they all had prosthetic devices. So, you try not to look, but they were all different colors and they were all different shapes. And it turned out that there was a camp in Colorado where kids with prosthetic devices go and they kind of have their own little Olympics. So to be able to see how quickly they were able to move and it didn't impact them at all was very hopeful for what we can do in terms of medical devices and technology. Last week, I want to talk about the quiz. I did get some comments that the quiz was too short. People needed more time. And I'm struggling with the quiz because I can't have the quiz to be, my intention is not that I get you. My intention is to encourage you to do the reading and to learn the material. And I say this every single week. It's imperative to learn this terminology. I don't care if you're not an IT major. It's just part of business. Understanding servers, understanding ASP models, understanding protocols, understanding different types of computer devices, whether you just go to the store and buy one. It's just part of our everyday life. And in order to really understand this stuff, you got to read it and learn it, and I'm just trying to encourage it. So the quiz might have been a bit too short for 12 questions in 5 minutes. So this week we have a different kind of quiz, but we'll get to that next. Lastly, the proposals. Well, the next phase of the proposals is due the 22nd. Some people still need to work with me on the proposal they gave me because it wasn't something you could implement. Like, if it's too big a project, this is supposed to be something that you actually create, whether it is something as simple as creating a voice thread podcast, for example. That would be a perfect example of something. Or creating something with mind map, maybe mind map of the evolution of the internet. But it's looking at some tool, and we've talked about a lot of tools in this class that you actually can learn and do something with. Now, I don't want to see Excel or any kind of word processing. It has to be something that you're going to learn, and I'll have an idea whether you know it or not. So that's the next thing. Look at your proposal, make sure it's implementable. This week, like I said, we're going to talk about the internet. So let's talk about what we're doing in our lessons. I have 2 phenomenal YouTubes, and the first one is the Disruptive Technology YouTube. It's long. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. It is worth every minute of it, and you will really come away understanding how the network, how the internet started, who the key components are, how Google continues to play a key role in it. Because it was very interesting. There were 3 big players in this whole technology. As we all know, Steve Jobs. We all know Bill Gates. And what we didn't know is the role of Google. And Google actually is the one who said, I think that my investment is best spent not on the technology, but on this infrastructure of the internet and how do I get this connectivity. And as you watch the video, you realize the internet is primarily owned by private corporations. So because they're the ones who are running all these servers that are connected all over the world. So anyhow, it's a great video. There's 2 of them. There's really great. We have a phenomenal presentation by our classmate, Arsenio Scott. This is what I'm looking for. It's engaging and interactive. And you'll see it, but it's what you can aspire to be. So I was very pleased with that. Our quiz is very creative as well. This time you get to be the teacher, so I'll leave it at that. The discussion board really talks about the key components of what you see are the most important components of the chapter, and I give you some topics to discuss. And lastly, all the material. So we have the YouTubes, like I talked about. We have our textbook. We have an article about ambient intelligence. So that's it for now. Contact me if you need anything, and I do enjoy reading what you have posted and seeing where we have covered in this class. Thanks. Bye-bye. Too long.